In the summer of 2000, a young British woman stepped into the vibrant nightlife of Tokyo, seeking adventure, independence, and a new chapter in her life. What followed was a disappearance that shocked two nations, a hunt across continents, and the unmasking of one of Japan's most disturbing predators. This is the story of Lucie Blackman, a story of trust, betrayal, privilege, and justice delayed. You're listening to Real Unsolved Crimes, and this is the case of Lucie Blackman. Lucie Blackman was 21 years old. Blonde, statuesque, charming. A former flight attendant with British Airways, she had traveled the world and now wanted something different, a fresh start. Along with her friend Louise, Lucie moved to Tokyo in May 2000 to work as a hostess in the city's Roppongi district. Being a hostess in Japan didn't imply sex work, but it was a grey zone. The job involved talking to male patrons, pouring drinks, and making them feel important. It could be lucrative, but also risky. Lucie kept in regular contact with her family back in England. She was upbeat, optimistic. But everything changed on July 1, 2000. Lucie went on a paid date, known as a dohan, and never returned. Her friend Louise called her repeatedly. No answer. Then a strange call came in. A man claimed Lucie had joined a religious cult. That she didn't want to be contacted. It didn't add up. The nightmare had begun. The Blackman family was stunned. Lucie was responsible, communicative, close to her family. She would never just vanish. Her father, Tim Blackman, flew to Tokyo within days. He met with police, distributed flyers, and appeared on national television. The case became front-page news in both Japan and the UK. Still, police were slow to act. Hostess work was stigmatized. Lucie was a foreigner. Resources were limited. But Tim Blackman refused to let the case go cold. His persistence turned the investigation into a diplomatic issue. Suspicion quickly focused on a wealthy, mysterious man named Joji Obara, a millionaire real estate developer with a penchant for foreign women. He was known to lure women with the promise of luxury, money, and connections. But there were whispers in the hostess community. Some who went on dates with Obara said they lost consciousness. Others never came back. When police raided one of his properties, they found hidden surveillance footage. Hundreds of tapes. Women, unconscious. Assaulted. Some tapes showed women who had never been identified. Joji Obara, it turned out, was a serial predator. Possibly a serial killer. But there was one problem. There was still no sign of Lucie Blackman. In February 2001, nearly 8 months after her disappearance, Lucie's remains were discovered in a cave near Miura, south of Tokyo. Her body had been dismembered, placed in concrete, and buried in a seaside crevice. It was only a few hundred yards from a property owned by Obara. Lucie's cause of death couldn't be determined due to the state of the remains. The prosecution would have to rely on circumstantial evidence. The trial of Joji Obara began in 2002 and stretched for years. He was charged with multiple counts of rape and the deaths of both Lucie Blackman and another woman, Carita Ridgway, an Australian whose death in 1992 had initially been ruled as due to hepatitis. In 2007, Obara was convicted of multiple sexual assaults and the manslaughter of Carita Ridgway. But shockingly, he was acquitted of Lucie Blackman's murder. The evidence, the judge said, was not definitive. Despite the location of her body, the known pattern of behavior, and his connection to the last known dohan Lucie went on, it wasn't enough. It was a devastating blow to Lucie's family. Obara was later sentenced to life in prison. But the mystery of how Lucie died, and exactly what happened in her final hours, remains unresolved. The case of Lucie Blackman sent shockwaves through both Japan and the UK. It raised questions about how foreigners are treated in Japan's justice system, about the risks women face in industries that blur the line between entertainment and exploitation. Tim Blackman campaigned tirelessly, not just for justice for his daughter, but for changes in how such cases are investigated. The Lucie Blackman Trust was founded to assist families of victims abroad. Lucie became more than a victim, she became a symbol of how easily lives can vanish in the shadows of privilege and power. Was Joji Obara truly Lucie's killer? If so, why wasn't there clearer evidence? If not, who helped him cover it up? Did he act alone, or were others involved in a broader ring of abuse? We may never know. But the tragedy of Lucie Blackman reminds us that evil can wear a polished face. That some of the darkest crimes are hidden behind the most elegant doors. And that even in justice, closure is not always guaranteed. You've been listening to Real Unsolved Crimes. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and share if you found this story moving. Until next time, stay safe and stay aware.